Points for Kevin Durant. Only had 1 point in the fourth quarter. So that's 3 fourth quarters now. 1 point for Kevin Durant, and the Nets have won all 3 games. I think it was good to see Joe Harris knock down shots, and everyone has talked about it. Michael Grady mentioned it. Ian Eagle mentioned it. 43 field goals, 34 assists. The ball was popping tonight. Guys were finding the open man. More importantly, guys were knocking down shots.
All right, so let's take a look at one of the key moments in this game. Nets went into the half with a 61-59 lead, but then they outscored them in the third by 14. A lot of that scoring coming late.
Yeah, this game was 72-69 Atlanta, and the Brooklyn Nets close out the quarter, the final 6:27 on a 26-7 run, and this was really a Kevin Durant highlight reel in a lot of ways. Here you see Bruce Brown getting to the basket, but Durant had 13 of those 26 points as the Nets took a 16-point lead into the fourth quarter. Here you see Durant leading the break. Again, talking about the passing. Bounce pass to DeAndre Bembry. Probably got fouled, no call there. Here, Cam Reddish had a brutal second half. Runs into Blake Griffin, who usually leads the league in taking charges, takes one there. And then here you see the ball moving again. Kevin Durant, the pull-up jumper over Cam Reddish, a long, active defender. Treats him like he's not even there. Again, how about that? The handoff. I mean, that's just greatness right there to do something like that.
Yeah, he had 15 in the third quarter. Game summary brought to you by Infinity. Luxury should be lived in. Outscoring the Atlanta Hawks by 14 in that third quarter. Trae Young held to just 21 points. And again, Kevin Durant, 13 of 20, 32. You said I challenged him to score. I don't want to challenge him to do anything, but I will tell you this, that there doesn't seem to be a shot on the floor that he can't make, that he even looks awkward taking.
I know, and it's never wasted movement. It's never bad shots. And if a teammate is open, he's willing to make the pass. And you talked about it before the game, the fact that he was rested, the fact that he got ejected from the last game, a little bit motivated, a little rested, and I thought he was terrific tonight. It reminds you, see, we've been lucky enough for the past 3 years now, 2 years really, watching him play. It reminds you of how great he is. And it's nice like tonight when you get a team like Atlanta with all these young players on their team and Trae Young, like we talked about, bringing the breakout star of the playoffs. And yet Kevin Durant reminds you, guess what? There's still the upper echelon of players in the NBA, and I'm right there. If I'm not 1, I'm 2, or probably 3, and there's the pull-up jumper right there. He just has what I like about it, and right there, I don't know why DeAndre Hunter is running at Blake Griffin. I guess he's waiting for the rotation, but you can't leave Kevin Durant open, and that one is good defense. He's just that great of a player. The handoff from Patty Mills, it just catches it and shoots it, knocks it down.
Most points in their first 8 games of a season in Nets history. Well, Kyrie Irving is tops in the 19 and 20 season with 255, but right now KD has 226. He scored 20 or more in every one of those 8 games. And I like what you said. There's no wasted movement or energy. And you say, well, why wouldn't any player play that way? But they don't sometimes. They're out there trying to do everything on the court. Seems like he just has realized what he and his body can do, and so why waste the movement?
Unless it's late in the shot clock and he has to shoot the ball, you never feel like when you watch Kevin Durant play, you're thinking, man, that's a bad shot that he took. Every shot seems to be a good shot and a shot that he could make. And if he doesn't have a 3, what I love it, he puts the ball on the floor, gets into the paint, stops on a dime, elevates. Now it's going to be impossible to block it, and he knocks that shot down. That's why you love the mid-range game that Kevin Durant has. I know we've talked a lot about LaMarcus Aldridge, but Kevin Durant, especially against Milwaukee last year in the playoffs, they could not stop him. He was unstoppable. And tonight you watch the way that he plays, 13 of 20, 32 points. He was terrific. And in that third quarter, when the game was decided, he was by far the best player on the court.
I like what you said, because you see some players, when they have the ball, they try to create. They have the ball for 10, 12 seconds. He tries it for maybe 2 or 3, and he realizes it's not going to happen for me right now. Get rid of it and make something happen. That's so unselfish.
And that's why Joe Harris, you see the way that he played tonight, the ability to knock down shots, catching it, having the confidence right away to shoot it. And that was missing last year, especially in games 6 and 7 against Milwaukee, because Kevin Durant is the kind of player, this is the greatness of him. And you think about guys like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, guys that could score, but would always find the open man. And Kevin Durant is always willing to make that pass. That's what makes him so dangerous, because you have to defend him, and sometimes you have to run 2 defenders. As soon as you throw 2 defenders at him, Kevin Durant is looking for the open man. He's going to look for you. Always be active, cutting to the basket or spotting up for 3, because he'll get you the ball.
One of the conversations we had on the pregame was the new rules that allow players to James Harden and Trae Young to not make that contact if, they're just trying to create a shot. But some people saying the rules were kind of made for them to draw that unnecessary foul. Well, I'm not sure that manifested itself a lot tonight, Frank. Give me your thoughts on that. As Young was held to 21, that's a good night defensively against a really hot shooter.
I thought the Nets did a really good job defending Trae Young without fouling Trae Young. Now, Trae Young's going to think that he's getting fouled all the time. And James Harden, remember, he didn't score until the last 2.6 seconds of the first half, and then he ends up making he had 5 3-pointers and 1 free throw that he made in the game, so all of his points really came from beyond the 3-point line. I thought James Harden played a really good game because he got a lot of guys involved, and then late, with under a minute to go, he figured, well, I have, 15, 16 points. I need 3 more. Then he ended up missing that last shot.
How important is it that James Harden, as that distributor, and we saw that from him last year as well, that he was less of a shooter, more of a ball handler, that he doesn't need just Kevin Durant to pass to. There are a lot of other guys that are helping score and give you 10 to 15 a night.
And I think he wants to play the role of playmaker first, scorer second. There were times last season, because of the way injuries and such, remember Kevin Durant had a lot of issues, COVID protocol that he was in, got injured, where Harden knew, not only do I have to set guys up, there's a lot of pressure on me to score between 25 and 35 points. Clearly tonight, he didn't feel that. He knew that other guys had it going, and that's what makes him such a good player, that he doesn't feel, well, even, I don't care, I think we have a good chance to win, but I'm going to go out there, I'm going to score 30, 35 points. That wasn't his mindset tonight.
Let's take our first break here on the postgame. We got a lot more coming up. We're going to hear from Steve Nash as he talks to Michael Grady and the media. We'll get some courtside review on this game from Ian Eagle and Sarah Kustok. And then more player reaction as well from the Nets when we continue on the postgame right after this.
I am a single mom. I had to work most of the time in order to just make ends meet. And that didn't allow me to be able to spend time with my daughter. I found out about Priscolis. I had always been interested in tech, but I was amazed. It felt like home. Our instructor taught me to not doubt myself. My new career has allowed me to spend time with my daughter. Priscolis allowed my biggest dreams to happen.
Did you see the one with Mystery Apartment Girl?
She feels a breeze
coming from behind the medicine cabinet, so she looks behind it, and guess what she found?
Another dimension?
A stack of cash?
But you just have to see it.
$5 for the best kind of wings, paired with the best kind of celery sticks. Crinkle fries. Arby's, we have the meat.
With FanDuel Sportsbook, you can make every tip-off feel like a buzzer beater. Every free throw feel like a half-court dagger. And every dribble, dunk, loose ball, oh my, get that out of here. A chance for you to win big. Make every moment more this NBA season with FanDuel Sportsbook. New customers get a risk-free bet up to $1,000.
So every video ends like this?
No, you're missing the eyes. He does this. I feel like it's in between those two, like it's like a...
How about that?
You gotta make the face, too.
What are you doing?
The thing.
What thing?
like this.